Let's get this thing going.
Hello, America. This is
the fastest 2 hours in radio.
I think we really need like an intellectual...
Let's get this thing going.
Hello, America. This is
the fastest 2 hours in radio.
I think we really need like an intellectual revolution.
Now, of course, this is not so much a show as it is a special event.
The Morning Edge.
With Fox 2's Vic Faust,
We need to have a little talk here.
Chris Knight,
Hang on.
and Eric Johnson.
The more bizarre he gets,
The more people like him.
A complex mechanism that in itself must be operated by an even more complex entity, you.
The Morning Edge starts now.
Hey guys, happy August. Happy Monday, August 1st, 8:02. You're being welcomed into the Edge. Chris Knight's here, Crystal Cooper, and Vic Faust. And Chris, I was going to say, put a camera, pop up Crystal's camera.
Okay.
She had to get that lever.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not
trusting.
doing its thing today.
It's not one to cooperate with
No, if it would just bend the other way, but we make it work.
Sometimes the stick does not go where you need it to go. I get it.
you. Whoops.
What? No, mine does too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Sometimes you got to,
Anyway,
yeah. It's like, don't make me explain how I have to bend the stick to make it go where it should. So, Chris, stop. Welcome. August is here. Time continues to fly by. It is pre-election day. It is the Edge, the fastest 2 hours of morning talk radio. We've got 2 hours of nonstop fast talk, as we always do. Infotainment at its best. And if you want to give us a call, you can, 636-695-2915. But you jump in on Facebook, 100.7 The Viper. Share the show as always. And you can always jump in on our website as well. You can stream us. That is viperrocks.com. Once again, viperrocks.com. We are packed today. And it's a lot of political talk. We got COVID stuff going on because there's just a bunch of insane stuff going on. First of all, yeah, like
I thought COVID was over.
Yeah, no, well, I hate once again everything in these political cities.
Biden thought COVID was over too, right?
My God, now
when I saw that, I was like, wait, what?
Right? He's tested twice now?
Yeah.
They call it now it's
a
the
rebound, right? Yeah. I was reading something about like it was some people can have a rebound when they've done the Paxlovid, but I wasn't sure if it was only that. So is it only rebound cases if you've been on Paxlovid, or could you just get a rebound case no matter what? I didn't understand. I felt like they put the Paxlovid in there to make it sound like it was the combo of like he did that and maybe it wasn't enough. I wasn't sure. Do you know?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't know.
Do they know? That's what I want to know.
All right, if anybody knows how early the polls open tomorrow, let Aaron know. I don't know. I should know. When they're on, when they close, and so forth.
I will be so glad when this election's over.
Yeah, if anybody watches news and they see the commercials that are on.
I can't watch TV, Vic.
Because of the commercials?
They're just god-awful.
Well, the thing that's sad is the fact that you don't know what to believe anymore. And we've talked about that with Nick Schroer, who, by the way, is running for Missouri State Senate, joined us in the studio last week. He explained there's really no basis to stop anything that's negative that's being said that's not true. You can say whatever you want.
And not be held accountable for it.
And not be held accountable.
Mm-hmm.
Bingo. Exactly.
So how are we supposed to weed through all of that as voters? Because...
Well, that's the whole point,
Stop
Crystal.
thinking logically, Crystal.
Right. That's the whole point. They don't want you to think logical. They want to keep that doubt in your mind.
Do you think that's why so many people go in and they just punch like just Republican or whatever because they just don't even think about it?
Well, yeah, but what do you do when it's the primary? When you're deciding between Republicans, like like the state Senate race when it's like, damn, this is. Here's the thing, though, and we're going to talk a lot of those politics. Between the candidates, there's not a lot of difference. And I've said it on the show before. Hell, I interviewed the top 6, and they all sounded similar because they're Republicans. Most of the issues are the same. Then it becomes, okay, well, who's actually going to be a better fighter in D.C.? Who's going to bring those things to us? Or it's a popularity contest. I mean, legitimately, because they sound alike when you talk policy. Now, we've seen nasty ads, and we've seen everybody going at each other when it came to the Senate race, but my Lord, it's like, okay, you're for this, you're for that. Yeah, you guys sound familiar. It sounds like what I just heard. So anyway, coming up at 8:25, we're going to talk with one of my favorite guests because nobody in the state knows more about politics than Scott Fawn of the Missouri Times. He'll join us at 8:25. Coming up at 9:15, we've got David Gregory running for state auditor. Whoever wins that Republican seat's going to win. They're going to win the statewide election. It's just going to happen, which would thus take out the lone Democrat to hold a top public elected office in the state. Nicole Galloway, who ran for governor against Mike Parson, was the last one. She was auditor. Remind people of that. Dave's a friend of the show. He's called in before. He'll kind of give us his take on what's going on there. Okay. We are efforting Vicky Hartzler. She's trying to make time with us this morning as well. I reached out again at the end of last week, tried to get Eric Schmidt.
Yeah.
And did not get a response.
Of course not.
So they've decided to be quiet. I guarantee they feel it's smart. There's other people who probably feel that's smart. He did a lot of talking for a long time, and then he's just kind of sat back now. And depending upon what polls you look at, it may have been a good thing because he was rocking and rolling coming into the end of the week. So
I just don't, whether it works or not, I just don't like that. Because I don't think that people get to know who you are. And then I vote for you just because I don't, or because I don't have another choice or whatever. Like, that's how I don't like that whole Biden basement idea at all.
I agree.
Not a fan.
Mary, I was just having a chance to catch up here. Crystal, Mary says Fauci rebounded too from Paxlovid.
Oh.
Or Paxlovid.
Huh. Well, my computer is frozen.
Mine was too. Mine just came up as well. Cindy and Amy say voting opens at 6 a.m. tomorrow to try to get in. Cindy, thank you for sending us the ballotpedia.org story of information on how to go with voting tomorrow. We appreciate that. So anyway, people jumping in, giving us their comments. Feel free, jump in on the Facebook line, 100.7 The Viper. As always, share the show. We appreciate it when that does happen. Cardinals still haven't made a trade, Crystal. We know you're super Cardinals fan.
But he hasn't gone anywhere yet either. So, I mean, we did make a trade for a pitcher, and we sent him down, and that's why DeYoung came up. But DeYoung did really well the other night, right? First game back. Like, he traveled that day and then gets up and hits a dinger. So,
well, 1 for 4.
Oh, well, it was a good one.
It's better than nothing.
It
better
scored
than
one. His one scored.
Can he pitch?
Huh?
Can he pitch?
DeYoung?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know about that. Why?
I'm teasing. I'm being sarcastic because the Cardinals need pitching.
I'm like, they've used other people this year.
When you lose a game to the worst team in the league and you give up 7 runs, shame on you. Shame on you, Cardinals. Shame on you, Mosaic, for not having a pitching staff that you knew.
They can't be perfect.
No, they can't be. But Mosaic knew this going into the season that they had pitching issues, and they really didn't do anything. So
yeah, well, they gave Sosa away, so we'll see how it works out. But
there's still 3 games behind the Brewers. Big week for the Cardinals.
Hard week for the Cardinals.
Yes, true.
Probably like the next 10 days. Because we got the Cubbies now.
Yeah, but they shouldn't be. But the Cubs are.
What?
They always show up.
The Yankees?
And then the
Yankees. Not the Cubs, the Yankees.
Yankees and then the Brewers.
Yeah.
They got some They got some ball to play in the next 10 to 12 days.
They do.
By the way, are you going?
Am I going what?
Yankees.
Well, I've got an invite for Saturday.
Yeah, you're going still?
That's the difference between you and I.
What?
When I tell you I'm going somewhere, I'm going.
All right. Making sure.
I don't say, yeah, I'll be there.
Oh, man, Chris, I got something come up. I can't go, man.
Are you kidding me? It's the first time I'm going to sit. Are we still sitting behind home plate?
That's where we sit.
Okay, that's the first time I'll actually sit right behind home plate. I've sat in green
I'm going to
seats.
make faces because you're sitting next to me.
Nah.
And then
give me a
after-
sign, Vic.
We need it. No, you know what we
give me
need?
a sign.
Here's what we need.
What?
I need a black shirt
Yes.
with a big fluorescent green
Viper.
edge or Viper.
Yes.
Just like the guy that does the John 3:16.
There you go.
100.7 the Viper.
We might make that work.
You guys could hold like cardboard like blow ups of Eric and my heads, right, on sticks.
Yes, we could do that.
But after you got to go see Eric, right? Isn't PRL again this weekend? We'll have to ask him when he comes
I
in.
don't know.
Could have sworn he was saying he was going to be at Ballpark Village anyway.
Really?
Yeah, because I don't think my husband's going to be in town, so I was going to give him Nick's ticket to the game so he could get in.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that was nice of you.
Well, why not?
I have a fat head. I have my own fat head, Chris. You'd be like, why? Of course you do, Vic. No, they made them for us when we were in Detroit. When I was at Channel 7
That's
WXYZ there. When we were out on location, they had bunches of fat heads. Fat heads, it was, 8 years ago, something like that. Fat heads started to be like, ooh, cool, look, they got fat heads now. So I got a fat head we could take out there, Chris.
It's Joe Torre night, Saturday night. You going to get you a bobblehead?
No, I'm not getting. I've got a Joe Torre bobblehead already.
Do you?
Mm-hmm. Certainly do.
I'm going to get me one.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't have this bobblehead. It's not the same one.
That's right.
Maybe. Maybe it might be.
They have leftovers. They're just like
Wow.
redoing it. No.
Oh, man, that's funny. Rick Pogue says, send me the PDF of the logo, and
There you
I'll
go.
have Vision make your black shirt with neon on
I'm
it.
telling you what, he'll do it.
Or are we orange? Is the edge is it orange?
Yeah, we're kind of like, goldish, orangish. I don't know. But it can be whatever we want it to be as long as it says the edge, right?
Yeah, and I
It's
think
visible.
I could do. And I think that's fine, even with me working at Fox 2.
I can't wait because I'm going to order you a hot dog.
Uh-huh.
And you're going to eat this hot dog, and
Yeah.
the camera's going to be, I can't wait.
How about a
I'm going to
bratwurst?
have the edge sign while you're taking a big bite of your
That's
hot
right.
dog.
I need 2 bratwurst. That's right, with mustard. All right?
There you go.
Because that's what I like. You better believe that's what.
I can't wait. It's going to be fun.
Chris, Facebook wants Viper bobbleheads.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have a fat head, but do you have a bobblehead?
No, I've never had a bobblehead. No bobblehead, just the fat head.
That's still pretty cool.
That would be funny. So lots of politics, as we said. We do. Vicky Hartzler coming up at 9:35. All right, Chris.
Okay.
So that's 3 interviews today, 3 political interviews, because the election's tomorrow. Then we knock it off for a while before the general. Lots of big races going on, including Michael Kelly, who's joined this radio show before, Democratic pundit, whose one of his best friends is Jane Duker. He talked on KMOX the other day. He said he thinks Jane does not have a chance. He says he did not think that she had enough time to get name recognition out there. I know that will upset you, Chris, to hear me say that.
Well, it doesn't, because guess what, Vic?
What's that?
We're going to find out tomorrow. Tomorrow night, we're going to know.
You would think so.
I think it's the same thing with Schmidt and Greitens.
Yeah, we're going to talk a lot about that with Scott, too, coming up. It is interesting. We'll have to ask him. There was, there's so much that goes back and forth, back and forth. It was a big story that broke last night. Donald Trump has not endorsed anybody, and he's not going to. This is what I was concerned about last week. I'm a little pissed at Trump. You're not, Chris.
Nope.
I
think it's a smart move.
I know, but I'm not talking about smart. I'm talking about DJT showing up in the show me state and actually taken a stand. Trump has taken stands. He has around the country in races that really didn't even matter. And he's taken candidates that have lost that look like they would lose in the first place.
Yeah, but
And he's taken those hits, but he has refused to get involved directly in the state, but he has gotten direct. He's jumped in, but he hasn't. And this is what frustrates me with Donald Trump.
I think it's smart.
He came out and he called the Schmidt campaign, who released an article or released polling numbers that said that basically Trumpism in the state of Missouri is dying or it's not there. So Trump releases an article, or Trump releases a quote, and I believe he did it maybe on his platform, Truth Social. Still trying to find out exactly where it was because it came out last night. I didn't get it. I didn't understand why he said this, or he said it now, but he says, quote, "Wow, great dishonesty in politics. Too bad, exclamation point." Talking about, quote, a Missouri poll commissioned, this is according to Breitbart, commissioned by campaign operatives associated with Schmidt deliberately undercounts Trump's support. So Trump comes out and rips the Schmidt campaign. He said he would never endorse Hartzler, but he doesn't officially endorse Eric Greitens.
But Schmidt came out and ripped Trump basically first. Trump he didn't go
When
after
did Schmidt? I didn't see Schmidt rip
well,
Trump.
Their camp come out and said that the Trump support in Missouri is fading away, right?
Well, according to their poll.
Okay, well, there you go.
It was through Axiom. Axiom is, and they're
Right.
associated. I mean,
so really Schmidt's
we can ask.
camp,
I mean, Scott can explain it. He's excellent, but
and I'm not real happy with Schmidt's camp in the past 3 weeks.
why is that? Because they weren't talking anymore, doing any more interviews?
They won't do any interviews. They won't debate. They won't do any of that. Then his opponent comes on here.
Yeah, but Greitens wouldn't debate either on Fox 2, just to be fair.
Well,
there were
that's
other
not what he said when he was on with us last week.
Well, and we called him out on this a little bit. Greitens was willing to do debates under his circumstances.
Right.
But but both Erics didn't agree to a debate at Fox 2, only Long and Hartzler.
But Vic, why?
And I don't take sides. I get ripped by everybody for trying to be right down the middle.
But Vic, why should anybody agree to any debates? It should be what it is. You have to debate. You cannot go out and get a job and not interview for the position that you have applied for.
100%. Which is why the whole situation
it stinks
with Trump coming out, ripping the Schmidt camp
the
night, basically on a Sunday night, right before the election, ripping Schmidt's camp for saying that people in Missouri don't think about Trump that
after
important.
Schmidt attacked Trump's name, basically.
Well, the polling did.
Well, yeah, but they're the ones bringing it to light.
Trump said that poll was wrong.
Well, and it might be.
But at the same time, he doesn't endorse Eric Greitens.
Yeah, but let me ask you a question though. No offense to Eric Greitens. Everything that man has had go on in his career, his political career in the past, 48 months.
A lot of controversy.
With a president that had a ridiculous amount of controversy. Would you put your name on it?
Yeah, it's a good point. We got to take a quick break. We got to talk to Scott Vaughn. Love Scott. Nobody knows more about politics in the state of Missouri. Like him, hate him, whatever. The man covers it. It's his job. He does it every day. We're going to talk with Scott. We'll talk about all these elections going on. It's a big thing, especially when it comes to a primary. It's not even a general election. It's a primary. A lot of big races. We'll talk with Scott in just a little bit. You're listening to The Edge. Eric Johnson just walked in studio. He's ready to rock and roll. Chris Knight, Krista Cooper, and Vic Faust of Fox 2. Back with more right after this.
This is the Edge Morning Show.
Live on 100.7.
The Viper.
Keep your resolution to quit cigarettes this time. Go to I Quit Vapor, 852 Bryan Road, O'Fallon. I Quit Vapor carries the salt nicotine systems, their latest juice flavors, and all of their pod systems. Let their staff explain why the salt nicotine system is so effective in helping you to quit cigarettes for good. It has a much smoother delivery and allows you to adjust the amount of nicotine intake. I Quit Vapor is still your one-stop shop for everything vapor. Keep your quit cigarette resolution this time. Go to I Quit Vapor, 852 Bryan Road, O'Fallon.
Kelly Blue Book is the one-stop shop for pricing, fixing, selling, and instant cash offering. Instant cash offer is exactly what it sounds like. An official offer to buy or trade your car. Just enter your VIN or license plate, answer a few questions about your car's history, and what kind of condition it's in. In minutes, you'll receive an offer to sell or trade your car that you can be sure is fair. Then choose a dealer to purchase your car and schedule a time to meet. For all of the its, KBB.com.
My daughter used to be a shining star. I would tell her, there's nothing you can't do. Now, it's like living with a stranger. It happens so fast. Centerpoint Hospital, real help for addiction and hope for a bright future.
If a young person dear to you is facing substance use, the Changing Point at Centerpoint Hospital now offers adolescent treatment solutions with detox, 4-week residential, and outpatient treatment. The Changing Point for Adolescents at Centerpoint Hospital. Hope for a bright future.
If you want the best, don't settle for the rest. Come to F&S. F&S Collision Repair provides the best customer service, quality of work, paint color match, and paintless dent repair. They do it all. No job too big or too small. Just what your car or truck ordered. F&S Collision. Call today to schedule your appointment and get that car repaired. F&S Collision Repair.
Do you want the best for your car? Then fill up with Premium at Circle K. Circle K Premium is our best fuel with double the cleaning detergent, protecting your engine from corrosion and damage so it can work at its best. And that, my friend, increases your mileage for more cha-ching in your pocket. Plus, when you fill up with Premium at Circle K, you can save up to 20 cents per gallon. Offer valid Thursdays or Fridays at participating stores. For details, visit CircleK.com.
Service. Their technicians are not paid on commission, so they won't sell you something you don't need. Looking for a new door, a repair, or yearly maintenance? Call O'Fallon Overhead Doors on Continental Drive in Wentzville, 272-2722. Showroom open weekdays 8 till 4:30. Free estimates on new doors. Visit O'FallonOverheadDoors.com.
Susan, it's so great to finally be able to get together again.
Oh, it sure is. And I really appreciate you picking up the bill.
I'm happy to. I've got the extra cash. Since we've all been driving so much more again, I've been using Get Upside, the free gas app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Get Upside app?
Yes, up to 25 cents a gallon. Cash back every time I buy gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
Some months I make $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Get Upside app now.
Download the free Get Upside app now in the App Store or Google Play to save up to 25 cents a gallon when you buy gas. Use promo code FALL for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's up to 50 cents a gallon on your next fill-up. You can cash out anytime to PayPal or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Get Upside app and use promo code FALL for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code FALL.
Here comes more of the Edge Morning Show.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. It is The Edge. Eric Johnson just walked in the studio a little bit ago.
Yeah, you did.
Chris Knight's here, Krista Cooper. I'm Vic Faust of Fox 2. Appreciate everybody jumping back in this morning. The fastest 2 hours, Morning Talk Radio. Jumping on Facebook, 100.7 The Viper. Shared the show, as always. Love it when you do. You can also stream us at ViperRocks.com. Once again, ViperRocks.com. You can also give us a call at 636-695-2915, 636-695-2915. 15. Eric, you ready to go today?
Yeah, I
What's
am.
got you going this morning?
Well, first of all, let me just say this. So Pence endorses Schmidt, okay? Last Wednesday, I believe it was, Thursday, something like that. You would have thought, and all of us in this room would have said, well, it's inevitable now. Trump's coming out for Greitens. Boom, done deal, right? Here's the deal. Donald Trump doesn't endorse for you. He endorses against other people. So that means if you ever attacked him, like I'm a never Trumper, if the words January 6th ever come out of a candidate's mouth, you're done. You're done with him. Or if you ever hear a candidate say, yeah, that was a legitimate election, you're done. So I think the thing is this, is Trump is not dumb. He's not going to put his name on this horse race because there's no reason for him to.
No.
Every single candidate has been down to Mar-a-Lago, either spiritually or in person, and they have begged for the kissing of the ring of the Don. And he likes them all, probably, except for Vicky Hartzler, apparently. But they've all been down there, and he's like, I have no horse in this race. I like them all, including Schmidt. So am I surprised that he didn't do it? A little bit, only because Pence did. But I think that Donald's just sitting back and saying, that's how unique Missouri is. This is a Trump state. You go to Springfield, you go to Kansas City, Liberty, Columbia, Lake of the Ozarks. There's Trump flags all over the place. This state is a Trump state, period, end of discussion. I think that Donald did the right thing by just kind of sitting back and letting us figure it out over the next couple of days. And then once he gets his Greitens or his Schmidt or his Vicky Hartz or whoever, he will be in Missouri all day long, touring the state, having fun, and getting some barbecue over in Kansas City. So that's my opinion. But no, I'm not dismayed about it at all. At all. I think that unfortunately, well, I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to comment on who I think is going to win this thing tomorrow.
No?
But I'm excited about it. I am, because I think that's your next senator from the state of Missouri, regardless of what Danforth's doing.
Whoever wins?
Whoever wins. So that's my 2 cents. I'm surprised you guys didn't talk about the Manchin thing. I'm a little bit surprised.
We haven't even gotten into the Manchin thing.
I think that was the biggest story of the weekend.
It's the biggest story nobody knows about.
That's a shame.
But yeah, it is. But you were talking about Manchin last week.
Right, but no, it's
and nothing's changed since the end of last week. What has changed over the weekend with Manchin from Friday?
Well, he tried the thing.
He admitted he was wrong.
I'm going to tell you this. He did. Well, no, he didn't admit anything.
Well, yeah, he did.
He said basically, I'm going for this plan.
About the recession, he admitted he was wrong.
Right. I'm going for this plan. The Build Back, whatever this thing is that they're doing, the green, no tax. He basically walked his way through the bill and tried to alleviate fear and tension on Fox News yesterday. You know what I saw? I saw a cat that's going to be your next Democratic presidential candidate. And this is the one that we never talk about. We always talk about Gavin Newsom. We talk about Kamala. We talk about
a joke, though.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, if Manchin plays his cards right, he could be the next Democratic nominee for president of the United States.
So like Manchin Newsom?
Oh my
No,
God.
no. Manchin's not that far left. I
Okay.
think it could be like someone like a Manchin Kristen Sinema.
Yeah, but you don't hear from Kristen Sinema.
You really don't. You really don't. I'm just saying he played yesterday like he came on, he talked directly to the interviewer on a issue that is pissing a lot of people off, inflation, recession, and he basically just broke down that bill yesterday. I'm surprised more people aren't talking about that interview yesterday, because it's very important if this goes through. Inflation will go up, and we might get even deeper into a recession. But at least he had the balls to come on and actually talk about it yesterday.
Well, okay, but so what is it that gets you or doesn't get you or you don't understand?
Well, okay, so if you start throwing $300 billion into the economy, you would think that inflation would get worse, which means recession would get worse. And I don't know the ins and outs of it, but he kind of calmed the fears. He said, look, this is all paid for. This isn't going directly to people to buy Nintendo games. This is going to manufacturing companies to build up manufacturing so that we can take that business back from China. Well, that made sense to me. If you can go build a building that we actually build chips in the United States, silicon chips, okay, that's kind of takes a little bit of the fear out of it, doesn't it? So he was basically trying to calm the fears. I liked it. I thought
I missed it.
I know Manchin he's a wolf in sheep's clothing, but to me, you got to go watch it. You got to go watch it, and then tell me that his name doesn't immediately get thrown into the mix for the 2024 presidential election.
How could he?
And we forgot about him.
Yeah. How? Okay. Something clearly happened with Manchin. He's not the wolf in sheep's clothing, Eric. He's a Democrat. Okay? He's always been.
Not an AOC Democrat.
But it doesn't matter. He's a Democrat.
Not a Gavin Newsom Democrat.
And we all know how politics goes. It was only a matter of time before conversations were held behind the scenes and he was offered and or given something to make him go along. Because he was very public about and took a lot of abuse for a long time.
Yeah.
Something happened to help him.
True.
Something's going on.
Well, he's a Democrat. It'd be like Trump coming out and giving a $40 billion to welfare. That wouldn't go over very well with the Republicans. But maybe he feels like he should be doing that, and so he would have to come on and spin it and at least tell the American people why he did it and why not to worry so much. And I think Manchin did a good job. Anyway, that was my takeaway of the weekend. And then Chris called me last night and said that, are you surprised that Trump didn't endorse Greitens? And I was like, kind of not, but whatever.
There you go. Eric Johnson's here, Chris Knight, Crystal Cooper, and Vic Faust of Fox 2. One of my favorite guests, Scott Vaughn from the Missouri Times on the phone. I always say it, nobody knows more about Missouri politics than this man. Scott's taught me a lot, and I appreciate it. Scott, thanks for taking time. I know you're busy. I know you're all over the airwaves this morning. Appreciate you jumping in to kind of take a look at some of the elections going on around the state. What's got you most fascinated going into tomorrow?
You know, I'd like to have some nerdy answer about some primary in Atchison County or something, but the fact is this U.S. Senate primary has been the most interesting thing since 16. It takes up the oxygen. So to be honest with you, I'm like everybody else right now. I'm interested to see what the voters decide. And, you know, I still think Trump could actually do something Trumpish, and endorse one of the two of them. I think if he endorsed Greitens, it would obviously help him. I think Schmidt, you know, when you're polling where he's polling, there's not a lot of upward mobility. But either way, you know, I think all eyes will stay on Trump, which is just how he likes it, right up until the end. But no, my eyes are going to be with everybody else's, kind of checking out that U.S. Senate race and all the different twists and turns that we've come along the way in the last year and a half since Roy Blunt retired.
Yeah, Trump's not endorsing anybody. There's no way. There's no way.
Yeah.
He's not, like Chris said it last week. There's no way he's going to go and endorse Greitens.
No.
But then we saw, heck, you even tweeted out last night a story about Trump got upset with pollsters from Schmidt's campaign. What did you think about that, saying that Trump's name isn't as big in Missouri anymore?
Well, I think the truth is that there has been a rivalry with Missouri's own Jeff Rowe, because he ran Ted Cruz's campaign. Those wounds have not healed, even though Trump went to Texas to campaign for him. I mean, that's the kind of thing Trump does. I think there's been a quiet rivalry between the two ever since ever since the campaign. It's not over, and I think they're polling. You know, I thought that made him look pretty strong. I think there's a news outlet called Breitbart that has cast its lot very hard with Eric Greitens.
Well, Breitbart is Breitbart's a pro Greitens publication. I think it's fair to say that.
But it's almost gotten to be like, you know, Fox News knows how to do it, right? They support you, but they keep it just enough. Why is MSNBC bad? Because they just go too far. Fox News, you know, when they're at their best, leaves that little bit there, that little paragraph about the other side or whatever, that makes their support more valuable. Breitbart just totally, almost like that one lady from One American News, almost begging Trump to endorse Greitens. Breitbart has been just, I think you could tell the desperation. I know a lot of the folks that Eric Greitens text, and those texts are getting more desperate. And I think there's probably a reason for that. I mean, look, a campaign's emotional. You put your whole life into it. It's public. Everybody knows whether you win or lose. I think people in the media don't give enough credit to politicians who put themselves out there through this terrible emotional roller coaster. And I think that Eric Greitens can read a poll. He's a very intelligent man. I think there's probably a reason for that desperation.
It's true, but don't you think that this really isn't Greitens versus Schmidt, as it's more, and this is what we talked about this last week, Rhino versus Patriot or MAGA or whatever you want to call it, that maybe the Greitens camp is a little bit more uplifted, a little bit more charged up to come out on Tuesday? Is that possible, or is it just people are just picking their favorite candidate, and it's not. We shouldn't be analyzing it that much.
Hey, guys, the whole time I've ever came on here and talked about this race, which has been, since Roy Blunt announced his retirement, we've been talking about this. The Greiton supporters are loyal. They're not moving. You could let more scandals out today. Wouldn't matter. They're there. They'll think it was Skeletor or George Soros or Cobra Commander or something.
Skeletor.
They'll believe whatever. I'd like to, if I was selling real estate, I would be openly targeting folks at the Greiton side in my yard. I'd have some great oceanfront property down in Jeffco. I think they'd love. But they're not moving. The fact is that group is not that big. That Eric Greiton has, his group is those Greiton folks. Then he was able to go get that really angry guy, a guy who maybe is the guy at the river, bought a bigger boat he can't afford as good a bass boat. Maybe that guy bought a Mercedes 550, he can only afford a 350. That angry guy is your Eric Greiton's guy. And that angry guy, I think, is so angry he doesn't trust that he can win, so he's switching over to Schmidt.
Okay.
And I think there's also, even that angry guy's like, dude, I was willing to believe you that all these swamp people in Jeff City were for you now, but what? Now your wife, good Lord, man. I mean, come on, at some point, even the angry guy is like, okay, you might be a little messed up. And I think that's where he's got. And Schmidt has done a great job casting himself as the heir apparent to that angry guy. And I think the polls have risen with it.
True. We haven't talked about the other two candidates, Long and Hartzler. Is there a shot in anything that they could come and just sweep through this thing and actually win tomorrow?
Oh, totally. I mean, look, I think Eric Schmidt's support, Eric Greiton has the hardest support. I've always pegged it at about 20%. I think you look at there's been 15% undecided for 2 months now, right? Even when Schmidt went up, when Schmidt started taking off after the 4th of July, that was because Greiton was tanking. Now, Vicky Hartzler has been edging up, but that's as Billy Long has tanked. I think Billy is still the one that would be the most fun to go to dinner with. It's still the most fun to go to, maybe not a cards game, because Schmidt is a legit cards fan.
Yeah, he is.
but I mean, Billy Long's great. He didn't connect. I don't think people thought he could seriously win, and that's the part. Missouri is a huge state. In his congressional district, where he has won elections, they thought he could maybe win. He's done great. In the rest of the state, he's not done well. And honestly, I think if Billy looked in the mirror, he has not. Billy's key is his personality. I mean, Vic, have you covered Billy in St. Louis very many times? I haven't seen it.
No, and here's the thing. Bill's already pretty much admitted that he's not winning, and he's going to support whoever wins the primary 15 minutes after the election's over.
But I'm talking about in January and in December of last year and in May. I didn't see Billy Long, and his asset's his personality, right? If he's in a room, the whole room's going to go to Billy Long. He's just got a magnetic personality. You got to be in the room, though, where you can gravitate to him. I did not see him in a lot of markets. I did not see. I don't think it's that you just were refusing to cover him, because he's great to cover. I didn't see a lot of coverage. Vicky Hartzler can totally win this. That 15% undecided, my gut is about 5% of that are Eric Greiton supporters that don't want to just come out and endorse beating women, but they'll vote for him. So they don't tell people. So they don't. It's not like they don't say it for anybody else. They say they're undecided. I'd say that's about a third of that group is Greiton supporters that don't want to say it. I think a portion of that group won't show up to vote at all. And I think the rest of them, Vicky Hartzler has the best claim. I mean, if you're an undecided voter, you might be turned off by some of the rhetoric that is so popular for Greiton and Schmidt. But I think if you're undecided, she has a good claim on those voters. So she's got to have some things go right. It's almost like you're at the, you know how you get like a week out in the regular season of baseball?
Yep.
And it's like, okay, for you to make, it's like it's really more like the last day of the regular season of football. For this team to get in, these guys got to lose or this tie or all these other things. I mean, Vicky's got probably 2 or 3 things on her list that have to go right for her, and she's got to do everything right. She's got to win her game. Greiton's probably is the same. I think Greiton needs a few more things to go right because he's got to leapfrog her, and he's got to come in. And, I mean, I really think the desperation has been because I think he probably does realize his only path to winning this race would be a Donald Trump endorsement. I think I've never really believed people when they predict Donald Trump what he'll do because he's pretty unpredictable.
Yeah.
Do I think he'll endorse Greiton's tonight on Fox News? No, probably not. But if this was George W. Bush, if this was Ronald Reagan, if this was whoever, of course not, that's crazy. Donald Trump, who knows? And if he does, it'll move that race, I think, about 5 points. And some of that will be Trump support. So that's kind of his Hail Mary. But let's be honest. Every hour that goes by that Donald Trump does not do that, it gets less effective. He moves fewer people.
Interesting.
And I think that's just the bare truth of it is.
Trump's not
It's
endorsing.
game over. You're
Trump's
right.
not
No.
endorsing anybody.
I think by Trump not endorsing Eric Greitens, it helps Eric Schmidt.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, because you got Pence. And not to mention, Schmidt for the last 2 years has been on Fox News every second week on the weekend talking to the people about the border crisis or COVID versus
because
Eric
Schmidt was having a ton of success in his job as AG.
He was doing a good job. I'm sorry. There's some.
You look back, I'm going to tell you, this is my just white trash, hillbilly opinion. Eric Schmidt, and I think he overplayed it a little bit, to be honest with you. But when in St. Louis County, the state's biggest county, tons of voters, it's the New York of Missouri. All the media's out of there. I'm not saying our man Big Faust is biased towards St. Louis, but the opposite is Fox to St. Louis, right?
He's biased towards Detroit. But go ahead.
It takes up the oxygen in the room. When you had 80-year-old people could go to Walmart without wearing a mask, and 8-year-old kids had to wear a mask in school, and it the same people telling you to trust the science. That was, I think, just regular people who they're the folks that might like something radical on Facebook. They don't post it themselves. I think it tripped them, and they were ticked. And Eric Schmidt was their champion and led them to a victory that Judge Dan Green really delivered. But I'm going to tell you, everyone in this state thinks Eric Schmidt did it. Now, I think he probably took the lawsuit thing. It's like anything, like a reliever. You go to that reliever, and it works. So you keep going to that guy until he kind of plays out a little. I think some of the lawsuit stuff started to play out at the end. But I do not believe – I think when this campaign's over, Eric Schmidt should buy a bottle of Camus for Sam Page. I think Sam Page deserves the game.
Maybe 2 bottles.
Yeah. Hey, one more question. Because I'm stunned about hearing this from Vic this morning.
Because what's that? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Vic Faust said that our friends over in St. Louis County, Jane Duker has no chance to be, or maybe it was Chris that said it.
Michael Kelly.
Michael Kelly said that Jane
on
Duker.
radio, KMOX is that Jane, even though he's one of his best friends, said he doesn't think he can beat Sam Page.
Is that true or
because
not?
of name recognition time.
I don't agree with that.
Come on.
I think that Jane's a woman in a Democrat primary. And let's be real. Democrats have said for how many decades now, the problem with society is straight white males. So if you still vote in that primary in the state, you probably believe that, women are better. Women absolutely, I think that the key to Trudy Bush's victory is going to be that she's a woman. I think that fact gives Jane a punching chance. And I tell you what, I think part of this that really hurt Jane, if you had no major Republican primary, then, okay, I can start to see a campaign come together. But the fact that you do, those Republicans, they're going to want to go vote for Eric Schmidt, their own guy. You know what I mean? The folks that might have crossed over because of COVID, you can go vote against Page, but look in our society. Good Lord. When's the last time you all talked about Ukraine, right? We move on. And I think those Republicans aren't crossing over to vote against Page. A few of them will. But look, if you're voting on COVID, you can either vote against Page or you could vote for your champion, for the United States Senate, Eric Schmidt. I think the money. Look, I just think there's a money. And look, I'll be honest with you. Vic, you deal with this. A lot of people in the media like to pretend they would be great politicians. How many people in the media really get elected to office? Those are different skills that have different followings. People respect you for different reasons in each field, and usually they don't care too much for the media person when they run for office. There's examples back in the Walter Cronkite days of folks in the media winning elections. There's not that many examples now, and I do think Sam Page wins. I'm not going to say no chance because a woman in a Democrat primary, but she's been outspent amazingly. And also, when you're talking a Democrat primary in St. Louis, I yield to my man, MSK. I think Michael Kelly would be the person to talk to about it. Now, once you get out past about, that casino in St. Charles, I'm not sure my man would be your expert. But in St. Louis County, there's no logical way you could say she has any more than a 20% chance to win.
What about
she is Jane, and she's a house of thunder.
Scott, we're talking with Scott Farr of the Missouri Times, one of the best political publications you're going to find. Scott's extremely intelligent with this. He deals with it on a daily basis. How do you see Danforth's candidate, John Wood, faring, and how that's going to either affect or not affect whoever wins the Republican primary against who it sounds like you say, Trudy Bush Valentine?
Trudy Bush Valentine is the dream candidate for a Democrat. I interviewed her. She's tougher than you'd think. She's passionate. And her last name's Bush, let's be honest. That's the real thing.
Yeah.
I mean, you could just cut the front of your beer case out and stick it out in your yard as your yard sign. I mean, I think, when I was in elementary school when John Danforth led the U.S. Senate, so I don't know what kind of senator he was. But my entire professional life, all he has done is whine about Republicans and then enact things that come to nothing. And look, if you're Eric Schmidt, can you honestly make the case that this is worth getting involved in, that it's worth picking off the next U.S. senator who's from St. Louis, who has a lot of the same overlapping supporters? No. If it's Vicky Hartzer, no. If it's Eric Greitens, there are people. Look, I mean, talk radio is like of all the groups in the state. Talk radio listeners are going to be the least apt to be offended by Eric Greitens. But there's a sizable group of people that just won't vote for him. And I think that's only grown. And with the custody hearing, you're telling me that 7-hour deposition doesn't have some gnarly stuff in it? Come on, man. I think there's a shot. If it's Schmidt, no. Look, I think Jack Danforth has a history of just not succeeding since he's left the Senate. He just, what he touches just turns bad. And I just, look who he got. I mean, imagine if Jack Danforth said, I'll get $10 million together, and I'll back you, Dave Schatz. And you're an independent. You've been successful. You can reach across the aisle. I mean, that a man's man from Franklin County with those big bear paws. Whew, now that gets you 10-15%. Another elitist from an Ivy League school? Are you kidding me? He got a guy he would like, not a guy Missourians would like. And I'm sure the guy's a great guy. I'm not trying to dog him out at all. I've never met him. Probably won't have much need to. But the fact of the matter is, Jack Danforth got a guy that his friends would vote for.
Yeah.
But I'm going to give you a little secret here. A lot of Jack Danforth's friends are Democrats now. A lot of his big supporters are dead, and a lot of their kids are Democrats. That second, third generation money usually gets more liberal. The guy that made it, usually conservative.
I think it could be. He might be.
Live off it, usually liberal.
Tell me, is this true? He's trying to do a Ross Perot. He goes, no one's going to vote for this cat. But maybe Trudy Bush can kind of sneak her way through.
Oh, totally. I mean, I think that, I'm sure this gentleman, Mr. Wood, thinks he's in this to win this. But in reality, all he can probably do is spoil it for the Republicans.
Yes.
You tell me. I mean, I'm on the show right now. You would eat this guy alive. Some elitist Ivy Leaguer who probably has no connection to anything in Missouri, who ain't going to know when you're talking about taking your boat. He don't know boats. He gets on a yacht that's pulled up somewhere for him. He don't know boat docks. You don't know how to back your truck up to the boat and hook up to the trailer. I mean, I'm just saying, it's just the most Jack Danforth thing of all time to go out and to the current Republican Party. Your idea of how to reach them is to go get an Ivy League. How'd that work with Holly? He ends up hating Holly. So he goes and gets another Ivy Leaguer, a St. Louis lawyer on the January 6th commission. I'm sorry, man. I know there's a lot of people offended by that. And I think every one of those clowns that went and broke stuff that the rest of us are out working to pay to replace today should go to jail. You already beat the Capitol breaking stuff. Now, you want to go out there and hold your signs like a hippie? Fine. I don't care.
Scott,
you breaking stuff.
Scott, we got a couple.
No one cares. They just don't care. And Jack Danforth, I'm sure he cares. And look, maybe we should care more. But the fact is people don't. And this will be just another Jack Danforth thing, and we'll all be laughing about it come October. And it'll just be another joke we tell in November. And he had a chance, he had a moment in time when Eric Greitens was rising in the polls to go bring someone out. Schatz was the perfect guy for it. He could put some of his own money in, bring in the rich Ladue people's money, and there you go. But what do you think?
And you're worked up about that. Yeah.
No, but he's good. That's why we get Scott. Scott, we got like 2 minutes before we have to let you go. Anything else people should think about when they're at the polls tomorrow? A race that they may not be following, something of that nature that may have a little intrigue behind it?
I'm very interested to see. Now, Corey Bush goes into tomorrow as a favorite, no question.
Come on.
I'm very interested to see what that number is. I think if that number is under 60%, going to be a lot of folks looking Brian Williams' way. I personally think Brian Williams is the best candidate for U.S. Senate the Democrats can put up. And I know for a fact, come November, you're going to have your major Democrat players recruiting the man who's probably the most political talent on the Democrat side in Brian Williams. You're going to have people recruiting him to that U.S. Senate seat. And there will be that seat will raise a lot of money, tens of millions of dollars, because of the hatred Holly can inspire to some folks. If that number is under 60%, though, Cori Bush is guaranteed to have another serious challenge. And it's going to be, I tell you what, Senator Williams has a lot of decisions to make. So if you're watching, obviously we're all going to watch the U.S. Senate race. We're going to watch the Gussie's daughter and see if she wins, and we're going to watch and see if Schmidt or the pervert wins. But I think a lot of folks are going to, and the thing is, St. Louis City Council is voted at such a snail's pace. Us rural folks think you just stuff, you let everybody else turn theirs in so you know how to stuff your ballots. But it'll come in late. But if that number at the end of the day is under 60%, that's something to watch for the future of St. Louis. And it'll be interesting to me to see what happens if she does not post a 60-40 win over Steve Robbins.
I tell you what, I agree 100% on Brian Williams. He's a guest of our show regularly. I've said it many times. Scott, I appreciate you. You're the best. Thanks again, man.
Look forward to watching you tomorrow night, buddy.
All right.
Go practice back in that boat,
Scott,
baby.
Hey, Scott, how can people get your publication?
MissouriTimes.com. If you spell it MISSOURI,
Yeah.
.com. All election night. If you want to see how things go across the state, keep us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, the website. And then we're going to be watching you, Vic, for you to declare winner in that U.S. Senate race.
You got it. We're on tomorrow night. Scott, thanks. Have a great day.
Thank you.
All right, guys. We're off
Back
and
your
rolling.
boat up, and he can't back his boat up into the water. That was hilarious. That's so true.
Kind of sounded something like Billy Long would say.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, for how much of a Trump state we are, I'm as I was listening to him, I'm surprised Vicky's as high as she is for Trump attacking her. So I don't know. Maybe she could pull this off out of nowhere.
St. Louis doesn't know her enough.
Vicky's that was the issue I said it from the get-go. We're going to talk with Vicky at 9:35. Vicky is strong in the rural communities, farmers, being a farmer herself, a farm business owner. So anyway, quick break. We'll come back. 9:15, David Gregory running for state auditor. 9:35, Vicky Hartzler. We're packed all throughout the day. Back with more right after this.
I'm Coco. The Edge Morning Show will be right back.
Please leave a message at the beep.
Hey, it's fun. Remember me? Miss you, buddy. Look, I know it's been a minute, but we gotta get the fam back down to Holiday World and Splash and Safari. They've got 3 of the top 5 water coasters in the world. Remember getting soaked on Mammoth and Cheetah Chase? Or screaming down monster roller coasters like Thunderbird and Voyage? Tickets are still at holidayworld.com. Oh, the kids want to say something. Go ahead.
Compass Health Network Express Care offices in Newtown, St. Peters, and Wentzville are ready to serve you today. Compass Health accepts Medicaid, self-pay, private insurance, and offers a sliding fee scale. Don't wait another day to feel better. Call 844-853-8937 for an appointment or visit compasshealthnetwork.org for a location nearest you. Compass Health Network Express Care. Feel better today.
This is a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup sound experiment. We're looking to find the perfect way to hear Reese's so you'll buy more of them. Here we go. Reese's.
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 Reese's. Hey, get out of here, you little stinker. Reese's.
Reese's. Reese's.
Peanut Butter Cups. That breathy one sounded very creepy, am I right?
Hey, it's Shanny from Mascots Bar and Grill, and I'll tell you what, if you're looking for a place to watch the game with friends, Cardinals, Blues, whatever, it's Mascots Bar and Grill. If you're looking for a place for happy hour, it's Mascots Bar and Grill. Heck, grab some friends, get a table, and play rock and roll bingo every night and twice on Saturdays at Mascots Bar and Grill. You can win some great prizes. Seriously, great prizes at Mascots for playing rock and roll bingo. And it's absolutely free to play. Wednesday night is ladies' night, and you won't believe the specials they have going on there. Come by for lunch. They're the home of the legendary lunch special. You go tell them you're FOS, you're a friend of Shanny's, and you want that big old burger and fries for just $5, and they're going to give it to you fresh and hot, just the way you ordered it, and it's so delicious, and you don't have to do the dishes. If you go once, you will go again and again. Mascot's Bar and Grill, home of the legendary lunch special.
You work from home, and now home can be anywhere you want with an RV from Bill Thomas Camper Sales. RV travel is the ultimate social distancing for your family, and you know what you have with you and where it's been. For 55 years locally, family-owned, Bill Thomas Camper Sales has had the highest quality for every budget, and they have guidelines in place for your safe shopping experience. Travel in comfort and safety with a visit to Bill Thomas Camper Sales in Wentzville. For details, hours, and directions, go to btcamper.com.
Now another hour of The Edge Morning Show on KFNS Troy St. Charles. The Edge Morning Show.
You're always up for some fun with the family, so you order the essentials, a new board game, some baking supplies, and even a new projector for outdoor movie night. And with the Bank of America customized Cash Rewards credit card, you can choose to earn 3% cash back on online shopping, which could increase to up to 5.25% as a preferred rewards member. Rewards which you can put toward an extra treat that everyone will enjoy, like an old-fashioned popcorn machine. Visit bankofamerica.com/more rewarding and apply now. Copyright 2021 Bank of America Corporation.
Get a grip on your finances with People's Bank and Trust's new mobile banking service. You can now manage your accounts, check balances, transfer funds, and pay bills with ease and all from the palm of your hand. Activate your phone today by visiting us online at www.pbtc.net. People's Bank and Trust. Hometown banking the way it should be. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Viper Weather with legendary chief meteorologist Dave Murray.
Hi, this is Viper meteorologist Dave Murray. We are into August, the first week of August. Part of it is hot and humid, part of it not too bad. But we start with hot and humid. Now, it's not rough going out the door this morning, but today mostly sunny skies, breezy. It's a hot, humid afternoon. 95 for the high. Tonight, partly cloudy, maybe a spot thunderstorm, though I think that's hard to find. Humid, 72. Tuesday, partly sunny, hot and humid, 95. Wednesday, partly sunny, hot and humid, 95. Scattered rain and thunderstorms in the picture with a cool front working in Wednesday night and Thursday. Still humid Thursday, but 88 for the high. Friday, partly sunny skies, just a tiny chance of a spot thunderstorm, and 85. From the Viper Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray. Now back to the Edge on 100.7, The Viper.
Whipper River Electric, a Touchstone Energy cooperative. The Edge Morning Show.
Local headlines now with Fox 2's Vic Faust.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. Time for a look at your morning headlines. Sitting just about 9 o'clock on this August 1st. Welcome to the month of August. Happy Monday. A 15-year-old boy was shot in North St. Louis. We're still waiting for an update on what happened there. Also, another man was shot and killed in St. Louis City. That happened overnight as well. Yeah, the shootings were still there, unfortunately. And unfortunately, another bad news update. A 17-year-old CBC high school student lost his life Friday night. He was a third-generation cadet. Matthew Nikolai lost his life when he was hit by a truck while trying to cross Chippewa. By the way, this marks the second person that was killed right near Ted Drew's on Chippewa. And it was a hit-and-run crash. The driver took off in that incident, and investigators are now asking anyone with information to please contact the St. Louis Metropolitan Police Department, which is a situation where it just adds major insult to that death and the situation that is going on right now. By the way, Illinois has some of the least expensive places to live right now. That's because so many people were leaving the state at one point in time, the fastest growth or lack of growth in the state. Also, the 2022 St. Jude Dream Home Giveaway We still have some tickets for Fox 2 Now. It's a beautiful home, about $600,000 house. For a $100 raffle ticket, which goes to benefit St. Jude, you could win this beautiful home out here in the O'Fallon, Missouri area. And finally, another boat crash at the Lake of the Ozarks kills a person at night. Boat hit, one person died. Cardinals took 2 of 3 from Washington over the weekend. They remain 3 games behind the Brewers. We'll see what the Cardinals can do. Big week of baseball. Cardinals take on the Cubs, the Yankees, and the Brewers. Let's look at your morning headlines.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
It's your birthday.
It's your birthday. That's right, I served you cake. I'm Peggy. Pull your leggy. Happy birthday.
It's your birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. Go.
It's birthday time. It is Monday, August 1st, and people born on this day are charming, creative, and responsible. These people possess great leadership qualities and are looked upon by others for guidance and help. Usually these people can be self-sufficient, but in matters of the heart, they may fall upon others for that support. Jason Momoa, he's a pretty popular actor nowadays, right? He turns 43 today, known for being Aquaman in the 18 DC Extended Universe film. Also has a 23 sequel coming out. Looks like 2023 is pretty busy for him. He's going to be in Fast X 2. That's the 10th Fast and Furious movie. Did you guys know the story behind his eyebrow scar? Anything?
No.
So
yes, I do know.
Yeah?
I know the story.
So I thought it was pretty interesting.
Happened in a bar, Chris.
Yes, he believes it was a gang initiation. He got into an altercation with somebody, an argument, smashed a pint glass in the actor's face. He needed 140 stitches, actually.
Wow.
Attacker actually spent 5 years behind bars. Momoa says the scar thankfully took away from his pretty boy look. So go figure. I wonder if he'd have the same career.
It happened in Hawaii.
Mm-hmm. Edgerrin James, right? Former NFL running back. He's 44 today. He played 11 seasons. He was a 4-time Pro Bowler, inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2020. You guys would be interested. He was drafted 4th overall in 99 by the Colts, ran a 4.38 40-yard dash. Wow. Pretty fast guy, right? Switching to baseball, Madison Bumgarner, right? He's 33. Diamondbacks right now, used to play for the Giants, 3-time World Series champ, 4-time All-Star. He also has 2 Silver Slugger awards. And in 2014, he was the NLCS MVP and the World Series MVP. So those are 2 really good things there. Joe Elliott, he's a singer, right?
Def Leppard.
Uh-huh.
Never heard of him.
63 years old. He's the richest member of that band at roughly at $75 million. Also, Jerry Garcia, lead guitarist and singer of Grateful Dead, would have been 80 today. Yves Saint Laurent is a French designer who founded his label in 61 and is still popular today. He would have been 86. And another man who we all remember for his iconic expedition to the Pacific Northwest and former governor of the Missouri Territory, William Clark, was born on this day in 1770. So those are your birthdays for today. We're wishing the happiest birthday to all of our famous friends and anybody else out there with a birthday today, with lots of love from your Edge family.
Good morning, people. What day is it?
So I heard it was National Girlfriend's Day.
Today is National Girlfriend's Day.
You want to be my girlfriend?
I really, really want to be your girlfriend.
You want to be my girlfriend?
You're my girlfriend. I want to be out with my girlfriend.
Girlfriend, please.
Happy National Girlfriend Day.
All right, showtime.
Hey, Eric. Yeah. Eric. You know who's singing this?
Avril Lavigne.
Ah, you got it.
Yeah.
What? What? You know
I
it.
just
What?
I just rolled some dice. I almost said Britney Spears.
What else does Avril Lavigne? What else does Avril Lavigne sing?
Skater Boy.
There
Skater
you
boy.
go.
That's it.
I don't even know why I know that. It's
That's a hymn?
That's a glitch in the Matrix for sure.
I'm that glitch in the Matrix.
Yes, you is.
Oh, we love it, Eric. Welcome back to The Edge. Second hour, the fastest 2 hours of Morning Talk Radio.
Hey, Eric, is Avril Lavigne Canadian or American?
Ooh.
Can I give him a hint?
I would say Canadian.
I don't know. Canadian.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, you know who she dates or was married to.
Wasn't it Gavin Newsom?
No.
Oh, my God.
I don't know.
The lead singer of?
Blink-182.
No. Another very popular and very unpopular Canadian band.
Nickelback.
Kim Mitchell.
Ding, 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 ding.
Kim Mitchell. Brian
Nickelback.
Adams.
Nickelback.
I'm just doing all the guys from
Corey,
Canada.
Corey Hart.
Yeah, Corey Hart.
Another Canadian.
Never surrender.
And for Eric, I
I
wear my
like
sunglasses
Nickelback.
at night.
I do like Nickelback.
I like some Nickelback
What can I
songs
say?
too.
I
don't care. I'll stick up for the people everybody else hates.
I'm at an age now where I just say things that I don't care if you like or not like anymore. If I like Nickelback, boom, I like Nickelback.
I like that.
Now, if I had to protect my reputation, I would say I don't like Nickelback, and I would go listen to him in my dark garage.
So I'm already kind of like that in my 30s. What took you so long?
A lot, yeah.
I'm already kind of stuck like that.
Eric Johnson, Chris Knight, Crystal Cooper, Vic Faust of Fox 2. Welcome back to the show. Coming up at 9:15, we're going to talk with friend David Gregory, run for state auditor. A Republican's going to win that office. There's no doubt about that.
How do you know?
Well, it's because all the polling. He's running against Fitzpatrick.
You believe the polls, Vic?
That one I do, because there's not an interest when it comes to money and everything else in that one. Absolutely.
I'm shocked. Aren't you shocked?
And then at 9:35, Vicky Hartzler is going to call us in for about 5-10 minutes. She's going to jump in with us today.
Cool. Where's she? Is she?
We'll ask her. I don't know where she is today.
We need to have like a schedule for all these politicians, because I don't know where any of them ever are. Wouldn't you love to know where they are near you and where you could maybe go talk to them?
Yeah,
I would
usually,
love to.
I know.
I
Usually
didn't
their
even-
Twitter, I guess, is what tells everybody. But sometimes I don't even feel like those come out in advance enough, right?
I didn't know that. Well, I knew because we're all sucked into the same circle around here. And I would have loved to have just on a Saturday gone over to the music hall in Diamond and seen Greitens. I had no idea. I never heard it anywhere that he was going to be there. I'd never, except for the circle that we're in, I would never have known Greitens was there. Would you guys?
No.
I mean, you didn't see it on any of the news channels. You didn't see it at the
then
Post
news
Dispatch or whatever.
Because the news channels aren't promoting, and we didn't promote Eric Schmitz the week before.
No, you sure didn't.
And
it's
you
not
wouldn't
your
have known
job.
about
It's not your
Eric
job.
Schmitz unless it would have been from us promoting him here.
Yeah, it's not your job. But it would be cool if it was like,
because you can't promote everybody every day, and you got to be fair.
You're right.
I know.
I just don't know how you do. I guess you just have to have so much cash that you're just on TV all the time.
Yeah, you
I
do.
guess that's really it.
Absolutely, you
that's
do.
a shame, and that's what Jane Duker is facing, because she is such a
And that's
good.
what my point was.
God, she's good. Are we loud enough to get over to St. Louis County right now, Chris? Let's turn the antennas that way for a while, because we really need to get the message out. Because I really wanted to ask him, what is the damn attraction to Sam Page that someone in St. Louis County doesn't see how that guy screwed up the county that bad? I really want to know, what is it in St. Louis County that people can't take a look at a outgoing politician who's a Democrat, who's socially a Democrat, but has common sense of a Republican, to go into St. Louis as a woman, she checks all the boxes. How do you say that this lady cannot win against Frankenstein? I'm sorry, Sam Page.
Yeah, no, I get it. But it's like they're saying it's exposure.
But what is it about St. Louis County that has any kind of allegiance to
we'll find
Sam
out.
Page?
We'll see what
like
happens.
Frankenstein in St. Louis County, man.
We'll find out.
He
Nobody I
screwed
talk
everything
to
up
does.
so bad. He screwed everything up so bad over there.
Yeah. Well, but see, so I was going to say, a lot of people that I talk to are in my little circle, they are not fans of his at all.
Good.
But then now that I think about it, it's because the majority of them are business owners. So if that's the opinion that I'm getting, is like the business owners, I don't know how the customers
I don't even
feel.
think that cares.
Maybe
They
the
care about that.
customers weren't as pissed off at Sam Page as the business owners were.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I don't know. I don't know the issues in St. Louis
But
County.
here's another thing, Eric, you have to remember. Even though Tashara Jones is the mayor of St. Louis City, not county, for some reason she has pull with North County. And
does she?
Yes.
You think people liked being locked down up in North County? You think they liked the way that Sam Page
No,
handled
nobody
all that?
liked it. Nobody liked it.
You think they liked
But
that?
here's the problem. Jane Duker would have done the same thing.
I don't think she would have.
Yeah, she would have.
We're going to ask her
She
today.
Jane was all about masking, all about vaccines. She's a Democrat. I just want to make sure that you understand when it comes to the two Democrats, the differences.
Yeah, but she's like Jane.
Tashara Jones and Jane Duker hate each other. Or I shouldn't say they don't. Jane, I know Tashara.
No,
exchanged
Tashara has a very
Tashara
unique way
blocked-
of letting you know that she doesn't like
Tashara
you.
blocked Jane Duker.
Yeah.
Then Tashara started promoting Sam Page and has actively pursued and campaigned for Sam Page in North County.
Correct.
So I just want you to understand there's a difference between the two candidates.
Well, sure there is,
And
because
North
Jane's
County,
for the police and Tashara is against
North
the
County
police.
has
Ding, ding, ding.
has recently, in years past, really helped whoever has come out and voted.
Are
for
we
the winning.
overthinking this a little, though,
No.
Vic?
I'm just telling you what's been this
Maybe.
way to the point.
Vic,
You asked,
this is a
and I'm
different era.
trying to help you.
I know. This is such
It's not
a different era,
It's not a
man.
different era. And
I
I'm,
think
and I'm
it
trying to
is.
explain to you why.
I totally believe everything you say. I really do. You are.
I'm not
you are,
leading you down a wrong path.
No, no,
I'm
no.
telling you what research has shown to date. I give facts. I don't give opinions. This is what has happened to this. Whether we like it or agree with it, this is what has happened. North County will play huge, and who comes out and votes?
Dude.
Now,
but
will
here's the thing. Let me-
West County finally show up and vote?
They
Because
have to.
West County's history, they don't show up for
That's right.
primaries.
That's right.
That's right.
So if West County shows up and has a different opinion,
Could turn the table a little bit.
West County is shown to be nothing but people who are lazy and caught up in their lives.
Not this year.
We'll see what happens.
Parkway Central, Rockford School District, they might be voting for something different. And I don't know what Jane's policy is on it. But someone here in the room or someone on Facebook just said the North St. Florissant is becoming one of the safest communities in our region. Did
Correct.
you know that?
Eric, Eric, you did not just say this.
Yes, we did have it on the
Eric,
air. I know that.
Oh my God!
So
yes,
here
that
we
was
go.
our whole story.
Here we go.
2 weeks
Yeah,
ago.
but what's your point about it? You're trying to get to a point, right?
I'm getting to a
Okay,
point.
let's hear your point.
Florissant doesn't want to be run by people who do not believe in the police anymore. That's my theory.
Correct.
And
Florissant,
Jane Duker
Florissant
is
loves what they have.
Jane Duker is a big proponent in the cops. Sam Page, not so much.
Yeah, I don't think like the moms of West County are really liking the fact that there's been a lot of crime that's come out our way either.
Good point.
So we got to see if they show
So
up
the
at the
police
polls.
thing
Come on,
needs
man.
to be the issue, right?
Yeah.
It might not be so much about masks and COVID as it is about the police situation.
But also, the Democratic moms that I know from West County wanted their kids masked. So we're talking about a primary, not a general. In the primary, it's Democrat versus Democrat. So of the people who are Democrats, who will they vote for? Not Republicans who would vote. So that's the key difference
understand.
that you have to look at when it breaks
And
down
Drew
the polling.
Collins, our paid for contributor from North County, says nobody in North County knows Jane. And I gotta accept that as fact because I don't know. But Drew lives there, and he knows people don't talk about Jane Duker. So you're going to vote for the guy that you do know, or you see on TV, or
Well,
whatever.
no,
it is.
why would you talk about Jane Duker when those people don't want the police there?
I don't know. I don't know. It's this is the first campaign that I can't really put a thumb on. I don't understand what's going on. You think that the people of this country?
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Eric, the last polling, you were lost because you couldn't believe Page lost to Montavani.
Yeah, but that was
Yeah,
always a
different
Zimmerman,
thing.
But
No,
going
no,
into
no,
the
no,
election,
no,
you
no.
said it sounded exactly what you're saying now.
Different thing.
There's no way Sam Page is going to win because people cannot love what's going on. And then he won.
because of Zimmerman.
But he won.
Yeah, this is different. This is we got to see what Page was going to do, how much of a crook he was. These ridiculous health directors that he brought in that flip off the good people of St. Louis County.
Con man.
The con man, the locking down of St. Louis County, the producing worse economic numbers than St. Charles did, and St. Charles did a fantastic job through COVID. I'm surprised that Jane doesn't just walk into that job like, give me the damn gavel, get out of here.
Right.
I'm serious. That's how I believe. But according to people like Drew, no one knows Jane. So there you go. So I'm just kind of fascinated by all that. People have had enough of what's going on around here, I think. And you got to throw the bums out.
Yeah.
And Sam Page is a bum.
You know
let's not I mean, the guy is making money on the side as a doctor.
Right.
And he's not supposed to be making money on the
very
side as a
clearly
doctor.
States that in the county
And he
charter.
lies. Exactly.
I mean, just for that, he shouldn't be able to
Just
hold
for
office
that.
or run. I know.
Just for that. And
I know.
Channel 2 News should be going, Sam Page actually makes a lot of money working, again, moonlighting over here.
No, you have to. And then once again, you have to prove everything. And we do the stories. We do the stories, Eric.
If it was Trump, they would have had
Oh, my God.
15 FBI agents figuring out if
Could
Sam
you
Page
imagine?
was walking
Yes,
into
they
the.
would
Just
have.
the sex
Considering
scandal
what we've
alone.
seen in the past, I can't disagree with
Right.
you.
This guy's having sex in his office chair. Sam Page's
And we
office.
covered the
Damn.
hell out of the
You
story.
sure did, because that's
And guess who got a full interview out of the whole stuff?
Who?
Jane Duker. We went and talked with
Yeah.
Jane the whole time. Jane has gotten lots of publicity on local news.
Yeah.
She has.
Yeah.
Now we'll see if if the voters want her or not.
Yeah.
I hope
Yeah.
they do.
Female.
God, I hope they do.
Female West County. Where's she live anyway? Is she a St. Louis County over where?
Yeah, she lives in St. Louis County.
Okay.
You know, we're always talking about North County and West County and
Bring
the
the high
city.
heat. Go.
Where's South County in this? Where do they fall
Great
in this?
question.
They
Vic.
don't vote. Their
They
tendency
don't vote?
they don't have a high jumping in to vote in primaries.
Because I was just wondering. I mean, I didn't want to leave them out. I didn't want
guess
anybody.
if you live in South County, you're screwed.
They don't have a
Yeah.
choice. Everyone else picks for them.
Good point, Crystal Cooper.
Yeah, not a lot exactly, and that's why South County could jump in if they got serious and showed up. But it's not. It's all the counties. Look at what we report as the percentage of people actually going to the polls to vote in a primary.
Yeah.
Traditionally, it has not been very good at all. It's actually very poor.
What, North County?
No, all of St. Louis County in a primary.
Oh.
But with each election, it seems everything becomes more and more important, more and more popular.
Yeah.
COVID's brought it to the forefront even larger.
Yeah.
And as much as Republicans hate and conservatives hate what Page did, a lot of Democrats love what Page did.
No.
They do. I'm telling you, it's why he won the election, Eric.
Because they knew
And you're
COVID
a
was coming and they were going to
Republican-
start shutting
You're
things
a
down.
Republican from Wentzville. You're not going to understand.
I'm not a Republican from anywhere. I
Yeah,
just
you
sit
are.
on. I sit in the in the
Okay.
But I
Yes,
live
you
in
are.
West
Quit
County.
being a chicken, Eric. I'll say it. I'm a Republican from
To
O'Fallon.
understand.
Yeah, but I
what
have a lot of
De-
Democratic friends, and
mom
they don't
from
like him.
Clayton and Ladue.
Yeah.
I have a lot
That's
of
because she's never
Democratic
had to
mom,
work in her life.
yeah, mom friends and Democratic dad friends and things like that.
Do they
from
vote?
Ladue, yeah, all the way.
Well, then there it is.
And
Sam
they
Page
don't-
loses tomorrow. Then
They're just.
Well, I hope
they,
you're right, Vic.
no,
I'm-
that's
I'm
what
not
Crystal's saying.
that- no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that
Well, I
I
hope-
didn't ever hear anybody stoked about masks.
Well, I'll
And-
say
and
it.
that-
I hope Sam
I
Page
didn't. I
loses.
never
So
heard
then-
anybody.
So then, who are they
stoked
going to
about
go
masks.
vote for
Who are they
tomorrow?
gonna go
Sam
vote for?
Page, hopefully.
I don't know. I would.
See, that's
Come on,
just it.
Crystal.
But I'm just saying, I wouldn't sit there and say that the Democratic people of West County all liked masks. I feel like that's that
No.
absolute statement I was talking about the other week.
Okay.
Is like,
Well, here's
we
where you're
can't
wrong,
say
and I'm
that
going to tell you
because-
why. Because I've been out doing the interviews with the people who are promoting Sam Page, who
Aw.
are Democrats, and it
How
blows
can I be
other
wrong when
people's
there's
mind.
like an opinion
Well, I'm just telling you who-
associated in
well,
this,
no, who
and
I've
like there's
interviewed
no
with.
numbers yet?
Because I did the stories every day. You were out and
I
about
don't
every
think it's
now
a
and
clear
then.
right
and
and
here's
wrong,
why.
though.
Well, I'm not saying
No,
it's a
me
right
neither.
and wrong.
Yes. Well, you
I'm
just told me
saying
I was
we'll,
wrong,
We'll
so
have
there's
our.
not a
we'll
clear right
have.
and wrong.
Well, yeah,
That's
you
my
were
point.
wrong. But here's how we'll know for sure.
Okay.
We'll know with the election tomorrow, which is what my point was
Yeah,
from the
but-
start.
Well,
We got to
who
bring
is
in
he?
David. We
Wrong.
got David
Who-
Gregory because you are.
Who is
David
in this room?
Gregory's
Hold
wrong.
on,
Yeah, you
hold
are.
on.
You're
When
wrong
my
a lot.
fr- no, I'm not
Yeah,
wrong.
you are.
When
You
my
try to
friends-
dominate.
I just need
I'm
to know
just
this.
telling you, you're wrong.
I
when
need
you
to
tell
know
me
this.
I don't know what I was dealing with. the
Somebody
interviews.
in this room said
Tomorrow.
Montevani was not going to win. Somebody when that
Not me. I hope
I thought he was going to
Montevani
win.
won.
someone in this room predicted Montevani didn't have a chance.
It was
and
a
he,
militant
and he
midget.
was the best. It might have been.
It was.
Oh.
It might have
Maybe.
been.
I don't know. We got to get to David Gregory.
Yes.
David, sorry. How are you doing, buddy?
You know, I love listening to it. Normally, I'm the one in the middle of the dog fight. So I can sit and listen all day long.
Yeah. How do you see that race going with Page and Duker tomorrow? I know you're Republican auditor.
That's right. You know what? I am hopeful and prayerful for Jane Duker. But
Me too.
I think
I know.
it's tough. I think it's always tough to beat an incumbent.
Yeah.
And I think this will be tough. It shouldn't be tough, but I think it is a tough race, and I'm cautiously optimistic.
Well,
Why?
people got to get out and vote just like they have to get out and vote for auditor. If it means enough to them, they'll vote and things will change. If it doesn't, then they won't. I guess that's kind of how it goes. Dave, you're a friend of the show. You've been on in the past. How's it to be a politician with attack ads going at you and then you having to come back as well? Because I've seen your ads and with you and your opponent as well.
Yeah, you know, I can tell you this. Every election I've ever run, I've always vowed I'm going to keep it positive. I want to keep it positive. I hope my opponent keeps it positive. And it generally always starts out positive, right? And then it starts to get chippy and a little chippier. And then the better I start to do and the more I start to gain, you see the true character come out in people. And sometimes that's an unfortunate situation. But look, it's part of the game. And it is part of the system. And I'm okay with that. I'm willing to play the game because I'm fighting for something I believe in so much. And a lot of people are like, hey, state auditor, wait, what? State auditor? There's a state auditor race going on. What does a state auditor even do?
Yeah.
And so I'm constantly explaining how that works. But it's been good. It's blessed. We're gaining. We've got a ton of momentum. And I feel really good about tomorrow.
It is sucks that you have to go into the net. I always wonder if I ran for office, Vic, what would the negatives be against me? It would be bad, whatever it is. All the skeletons would start falling out of the closet.
You wear a wig. That would be real bad.
Nobody wants to run for office.
No, you're right. But
because we all have skeletons.
Remember, skeletons are no skeletons. No matter what, if they don't find the skeletons, they'll make some up.
That's right.
Hey, why should people care about the auditor race, Dave? You're an attorney. You're a Missouri rep from Sunset Hills, and you wanted this position.
That's right. So Missouri auditor, state auditor, it's a unique thing. A ton of states across the country don't have an elected auditor statewide. And if they do, it's a slightly different situation. But Missouri is a unique one. And here's why it's so important. This is the only financial investigator in the state of Missouri that doesn't audit you. They audit government. They investigate government. That's a big deal. We all think of auditors as like, they're coming for me, or I didn't pay my taxes right. For this, the first time, we're coming for them.
Yes.
This is your opportunity to elect an investigator who's going to investigate the government on your behalf. Yep. And that is why it is so critical we get the right person for this position.
What are some of the cases that you know about that you would say, this is the first on my list, St. Louis County or Kansas City? What is there anything that you know about that you're like, we're coming after this?
Oh, my list is big and growing. I couldn't even begin to explain the entire list, but I mean, it's everything. COVID spending, I guarantee you there's fraud. The question is where and how much, and I will find it.
Yeah.
What's going on in the city of St. Louis? You can audit the performance or poor performance thereof of things like defunding the police. I'm coming. I'm going to expose it.
Yep.
You can expose the spending. A lot of schools are trying to deny they're spending money on things like critical race theory. The auditor can financially investigate what you're spending, if anything, on critical race theory. There's all kinds of issues that our current state auditor has turned a blind eye to that I am going to get on immediately and start to investigate.
So
look, I'm the only actual auditor running for auditor.
So
before I finished law school.
Your job literally would be put together an audit on St. Louis, how they've handled the cops, deliver it to the Senate or the whatever in Missouri and say, you guys need to take back control of this thing because they are just doing a horrible job.
That's exactly right. My job is to go in and financially investigate and present results.
I love it.
Well, let me
whether it's to a prosecutor for criminal prosecution or to the legislature for legislative action.
Okay, David, so let me ask you a question. Would you also be the guy that would do an audit for all this COVID money that St. Louis got as to where it's went or where they say it's going?
Oh, you have to. Absolutely, positively. I have to. I want to. And here's the good thing, right? When I investigate financially, I do this for clients. I get hired to do financial investigations. I find fraud. I file a lawsuit, and we go recover on behalf of those companies or clients. And I would do the exact same thing here. And here's the beauty of it. I'm not just looking and hoping for fraud. What I'm actually hoping for is a lot of good actors. And we're going to expose the good as much as the bad. I want the truth. The people want the truth. And I'll bet you the truth is a lot of it was spent genuinely, but some of it was spent fraudulently. And I intend to expose all of the above and make sure those who spent it genuinely, that people are aware of that.
Dave, before we let you go, you're running against Scott Fitzpatrick. In your opinion, what's the difference between the two of you? Because you're both Republican.
We're both Republican. But at the end of the day, I am the only actual auditor running for auditor. I have been hired at a global auditing firm. I have experience as an auditor. I got an accounting degree with a master's and an emphasis in accounting. And then I went through law school, and now I do civil fraud investigations on behalf of my clients. I am the only one with this type of financial investigation background, the only one with the accounting and the auditing background, which is perfectly suited as state auditor. And look, I mean, my opponent knows it. The polls are very clear. 97% of Republicans polled, 97% want the auditor to have an auditing or accounting background. So I am perfectly suited for it. I'm ready to go. I'm eager. I'm excited. It's why I've ever taken public office. And I intend on proving it if the folks give me the chance.
It's kind of like it's like auditioning for a band and it's saying I can play bass and you don't play bass.
Right.
That's awesome.
Right.
And you're from the
And
St.
there's
Louis
nothing wrong
area, I
with it.
guess.
Go try out for an instrument. You know how to
Yeah.
play.
Right.
I need a trumpet player. I got it. Have you ever played trumpet before? No.
Nope.
That's funny. Hey, Dave, we appreciate you joining
luck,
us.
man.
Good luck with everything.
Thank you so much for having me.
Hey, Dave, how can people find out a little bit more about you?
Yes, just Google me, David Gregory, Missouri, or David Gregory, and auditor, and you'll see my Wikipedia page, a lot about me there. My website, gregoryformissouri.com, all spelled out. Thank you guys so much for having me.
Talk to you later, buddy. David Gregory. Eric Johnson, Chris Knight, Krista Cooper, and Vic Faust with Fox 2. Don't go anywhere. Coming back, we'll talk with Vicki Hartzler, Senate candidate from the state of Missouri for the U.S. Senate. Back with more right after this. Time is 9:27.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Spectrum Glass is known for their quality work on windshields, but they do so much more. Spectrum Glass also specializes in residential, commercial, and automotive window tinting. Reduce the heat, reduce the fading, and increase your comfort with professional window tinting from Spectrum Glass. Serving St. Charles and surrounding counties since 1995, Spectrum Glass is still your premier company for windshield replacement. And with free mobile service, they come to you. 636-294-1800 on Facebook and SpectrumGlassOnline.com.
Thanks, everyone, for baking your way here on this toasty morning. Are you all ready to jam? Excellent. Before we get rolling, let's start by hashing out everything bagel we'll be discussing. Profit margins are okay, but they could maybe be butter. Sorry, I don't mean to waffle. Next quarter, it's all or muffin. Did you have a question, Sausage Patty?
My name's Patricia.
When you can't take your mind off breakfast, it matters where you stay. Delicious breakfast available at our Hilton family of brands. Hilton, for the stay.
Great care for children begins at Compass Health Network. Our Warrenton and Winsville locations offer pediatric walk-in services, same-day appointments, and specialty care, so your children get the care they need, when, and how they need it. When it comes to children's health care, Compass Health Network is here for you and your family. Call 844-853-8937 for an appointment, or visit compasshealthnetwork.org for more information.
Hi, it's Julie again with Ben's Moving and Storage in Wentzville, Missouri, located at the intersection of Wilmer Road and Interstate Drive. We offer on-site security and 24/7 access. We are proud to have served as your one-stop shop for all your moving and storage needs since 1984. Right now, we are offering $25 off moving or a free month storage for new customers. For more information, visit us at bensmovingandstorage.com, and don't forget to follow us on Facebook for future storage sales. Ben's Moving and Storage in Wentzville.
By now, you know that sound. It's the sound of the Home Depot. But what about those sounds? Those are the sounds of a new laundry set that provides a powerful yet gentle clean in less time, making this the sound of savings on top brand appliances. The Home Depot. How doers get more done. Final days. Get up to 25% off plus 750 instant savings on select appliances through July 13th. Valid June 22nd through July 13th. U.S. only. Gas dryer extra. See store for details.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive save over $700 on average, and those savings add up. Imagine what you could buy in the future.
The graphics are so real on this video game console I bought with the savings from switching to Progressive 10 years ago. I can't tell what's real and what's the game, which I think is what people want. You know, in the future, which it is currently.
So switch to Progressive and save big, because those savings can add up in the future. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National annual average insurance savings by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive in 2020. Potential savings will vary.
Dirty exterior? Don't scrub it. Wet it and forget it. Wet and Forget, the easy outdoor cleaner. Wet and Forget works overtime with Mother Nature to eliminate unsightly black and green stains on the exterior of your home with no scrubbing, power washing, or bleach. Use Wet and Forget on all your outdoor surfaces, including decks, siding, roofs, and patios. Wet and Forget is available as a concentrate or extreme reach hose end. Purchase Wet and Forget in-store or online at Lowe's, Menards, Ace, or Walmart.
Now, back to the Edge Morning Show.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. It is The Edge. Eric Johnson, Chris Knight, Crystal Cooper, and Vic Faust of Fox 2. Thanks for jumping in today. A lot of political talk today, and it'll continue here in a couple of minutes. We'll talk with Vicki Hartzler just for a little bit about what she has going on. Is if you pay attention to any polling, it had her second. We'll see. Some people in Jeff City have told me for months and months and months that if she got the undecided, it's kind of like Scott said, she could be a dark horse and maybe surprise some people. So she'll talk at 9:35.
Yeah.
Eric, we got the calls earlier. Did you get a chance to finish your thought on Manchin and the money being spent? Were you good there?
I think so.
Okay.
I just think, it's like you only have so much mental power or mental, I'm trying to fill the bowl up with as much information as I can on the weekend because I have so little time. And that was the one thing that stuck out to me nationally is we all were waiting for Manchin to see how bankrupt he was going to make the country. And I thought he did a good job, at least coming on the Sunday show and saying, you know what? I'm with you. I don't want to do that. For every dollar you spend in green garbage, we have to take care of our fossil fuel industry still, right? Mm-hmm. And he did a pretty good job doing that. And a light bulb went off on my freaking head. This guy can run for president, and he's the legitimate crossover guy because he's demonstrated he doesn't bow down to AOC, and he's demonstrated that he's not a Mitch McConnellite. He's kind of this bizarre JFK in the middle. And I know that you guys on Facebook are going to go nuts, start typing right now. But you could totally see him in campaign ads saying, I'm not either. I want to make America great again. He could literally be that guy. Anyway, I digress. We're a long way off from 2024. He didn't endorse Biden. They asked him, would you run for president? He goes, again, I'm not going to get into that. When you say you're not going to get into that, you have a thought in your head. Man, maybe I could actually be the next president of the United States, right?
Maybe.
Absolutely.
So I'm just saying, we have been on this show for the last 18 months. I'm sorry, whenever Biden came in going, is it Kamala? No, she can't do it. Is it Pete Buttigieg? No, he looks like a cartoon character. Is it Gavin Newsom? No, he's running a socialist state. Well, who the hell could do it? Dun, dun, dun. I digress. There's my Joe Manchin story.
Okay, we're good to go from that standpoint. Also, big topic happening. D.C., one of the few school districts in the country that's now forcing kids to have the vaccine, between 12 and 15 to attend D.C. schools. You have to get the vaccine, even now. And 60%, well, you're talking about 60% that is vaccinated is African American. You're talking 40% of the population, 12 to 15, the kids, are not vaccinated. Yep. How the hell is that going to play out in D.C.? You're not allowed to go to school unless you get vaxxed. And clearly there's a reason.
You're shocked?
Clearly there's a reason why they didn't get the vaccination to this point.
They should have to give back 40% of their money then. They don't need all 100% of their money. If 40% of the kids aren't going to go, right? Return the taxpayers' money then.
Oh, I like that thought process.
Why not?
That's a damn good thought process. 40% goes back. Sorry. And I don't know how they associate this. I guess they do it by the
follows the
person.
student, right? Because there might be a private school that okays it.
We just made a case for having a voucher
School
system in the
choice,
school.
yeah.
It's stupid for us not to talk about this, Vic.
I know.
It's
You love it.
dumb. It's ridiculous. The United States of America needs to abolish the
I
whatever.
just don't see it happening.
I know you don't see it happening, but my
sorry.
God, if there was common sense in America, and there used to be back in the 1700s, apparently, then we would have a voucher. Here, Crystal Cooper, let your kid go wherever you think it's best served for him. A Jewish school, a Christian school, a public school. If you want to
a Montessori school,
if you want
whatever
to
you want.
indoctrinate your kid with CRT, there's a fantastic CRT school right down the street.
Eric Johnson,
Knock yourself out.
Chris Knight, Crystal Cooper's here. I'm Vic Faust of Fox 2. Joining us on the phone now is the candidate for U.S. Senate from the state of Missouri, Vicky Hartzler. Vicky had joined us before. Vicky, T-minus, I don't know, 24 hours, about 20 hours before polls open. Where do you sit right now? How are you feeling about that? I don't know how people feel about certain polling, but an Emerson College poll saw you move into second. I know some of your polling may even had you at first, depending upon how you guys feel. Where are you guys at today?
We feel very good about this race, and I tell you, it's been great. We've been out on a 19-day Heartland tour all over the state, every corner, and we're getting a great response. I mean, the momentum is on our side. People know that I am the fighter that we need, that has that track record of getting things done in Washington, who is one of them, a conservative teacher, a lifelong farmer, a small business owner, and a fighter in Washington, whom Josh Hawley has said, hey, has the heart, integrity, and the toughness that Missouri needs. That's why he's endorsed me, and we're just very grateful for all the support that we're getting, including the Missouri Farm Bureau and all the ag organizations in our state. Susan B. Anthony List, our nation's premier pro-life organization, has endorsed me, and people who know me are saying, hey, she's the one that we need. So I'm very excited about where we're at and look forward to tomorrow.
I know. So in the last 48 hours, where are the pockets of Missouri that you're really focusing on? What is St. Charles County one of them? Is Kansas City, Liberty? Where are the pockets that you feel like you guys have to go to pull this thing out?
We have been everywhere. We're not leaving any stone unturned. And that's unlike those guys, Eric Schmidt, who've been kind of holed up in their basement, kind of like Biden.
Yes.
And they've avoided going out among the actual people that they're supposed to represent and work for and serve, and just relying on their billionaire super PACs to run attack ads against me. I mean, I've had $4 billion of attack ads against me at this point, and yet we're still tied for the lead. And I think that speaks well for the people of this state, who can see through that and know that I'm really the person that cares about them, that is the true conservative in this race.
Yes.
That's been censored by Twitter because of my strong stand for women's sports and speaking out against the woke culture, and who has been sanctioned by China, and compared to Eric Schmidt, who has pandered to China and worked with Communist Party officials to try to bring, China to St. Louis and use $480 million of Missouri tax credits to do it. I mean, that's not conservative, and I am.
Vicki, what is the topic of? I'm fascinated by this as well, because the state of Missouri will have an issue. Is it mothers that want to get CRT out of schools? Is it the border? What are the issues? I mean, you're right there in the front row. What is it that people are most concerned about? They say, I'm voting for you because of X. What is it right now?
Well, the number one issue is Biden. You just asked what is wrong. People are livid because of Biden and this Democrat leadership that I say, they're running our country. They're ruining our country. You think about, they're from the East and the West Coast. They do not share our values. They do not share our common sense and our ideas, our grit, our work ethic. And people know that I have been in the trenches fighting for them. I'm one of them. And I have the battle scars to show it. But, I'm ready on day one to get things done. And so that is the biggest thing they're concerned about. Obviously, inflation, it's hurting them. And that's what propels me to run in this race, is because, bottom line, I care about the people of this state, and the policies that are disastrous from this administration are hurting the people I care about. And I am fighting, doing everything I can to win this race so that we can stop this train wreck and that we can help the people I care about here in Missouri, and we can be safe and prosperous once again.
Vicki, when I interviewed you, I told you a couple of your competitors said that you and Mitch McConnell are tied at the hip, and you corrected the statement that I brought up. Can you please explain? This is your chance. What is I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, it's a lie, and it's just being used to try to smear me. Mitch McConnell hasn't endorsed me, hasn't given me a dime, he hasn't helped a lick, and he is wrong for our leadership in the Senate. And after not only acquiescing time and time again to the Democrats on various pieces of legislation, including a gun bill that included a red flag provision a couple weeks ago that I voted against, he got rolled this past week with the Chip Steele and Joe Manchin and Chuck Schumer. And he thought he worked out some deal to let this bill through with the agreement that they would not bring up new provisions again for the Build Back Broke bill. And then the day after it passed, they came out and said, oh, by the way, Mitch, we are going to pass it. And that just shows me we need new leadership in the Senate. That's why I said I'm not going to vote for him. We need somebody with a backbone, someone who's a true conservative to take the helm there. And I look forward to being there in the Senate and working with that person, whether it's Josh Hawley or whether it's somebody else. We've got much better choices for leadership, and that's who I'm going to be working with.
So you brought up that bill, and I was talking on the show earlier that the Joe Manchin interview was amazing because he did flip-flop on that thing. Can you tell us what the repercussions of it, not just the chip bill, which I think you could probably make an argument that that's a pretty good bill, bringing back silicone chicks back to the United States. You could make that argument. But the second Build Back Better bill or whatever the hell it is, what are the repercussions about that bill, and how is it possible that maybe that thing gets stopped up and doesn't pass at all?
Well, it's so disingenuous. They're saying that if we spend all these billions of dollars, it's going to reduce inflation. I mean, what a joke. It is going to fuel inflation further and hurt the people that I care about, the senior citizen, a friend of mine I met in the aisle of Walmart a couple of Saturdays ago, who her hand was shaking as she looked at her grocery list and looked up at me and said, Vicki, I live on Social Security. How am I going to buy my groceries? I mean, people are being hurt, and this is going to make it worse. It's also gives more money to Green New Deal proposals, which we don't need, and it's going to allow 87,000 more IRS agents to be hired to go after people's tax returns. I mean, this is a horrible bill, and like I said, Mitch McConnell got rolled. Now, how it could be, I'm very concerned. I don't know. Joe Manchin has been holding up the filibuster, and so that, you need 60 votes to pass things. But if they try to pass this through reconciliation where you only need 51, if he goes along with it, we may be looking at only Kristen Sinema stopping it, and I hope she stands firm.
Such a true story. I mean, that's the most important thing in our government right now. And so this was endorsement season, and Pence got over to Eric Schmidt. You have Josh Hawley. Has he been a big help for you in your camp?
Oh, he has. I'm very grateful. He's come into the state campaign for me at least twice. I've been making phone calls and, just really, he cut the ad supporting me. And I think that means a lot. People trust Josh. They know he is a fighter, a true conservative. And the fact that he says, I know all these people in the race, but I'm supporting Vicki Hartzler, and here's why. Because she has the guts, she has the track record, she is the true conservative in this race, she has the heart, the integrity, and the toughness Missouri needs. Boy, that means a lot, and it's gone a long way. And I look forward to working alongside him and stopping this train wreck and turning our country back around.
Vicki, we appreciate you joining us this morning. Anything else you want to say before we let you go? I know you're on a tight schedule.
No, I appreciate the opportunity, and I would humbly and sincerely ask for everyone's support and vote to send the true conservative in this Senate race, the person with the track record of getting things done and fighting the woke left, and the person who genuinely cares about people in this state to the U.S. Senate. I'd be honored to serve, represent, and fight for you.
All right, Vicki, we'll see how it goes. Good luck. Have a great day.
You too. Thanks, Vic. Bye.
All right. Vicki Hartzler. We've reached out to all the candidates. 3 of the 4 for that race got back to us to do interviews. We're grateful for the time that they gave us.
Are you concerned that Schmidt has kind of blown media off?
No.
You're not as concerned.
I'm
at all.
upset, and I told his campaign guy, who's a friend of mine, that I don't agree. But
is it strategic?
But it's been explained to me before. He's talked and talked and talked and talked. Then he was working and just focused on going out and meeting people, as he did. So he hasn't just decided to do it.
Is it the same thing where your favorite football team is playing the prevent defense in the fourth quarter, and you're like, man, they're going to get a touchdown scored on them because they're going to figure out how to beat that prevent defense? That's how I feel with Schmidt. I feel like, man, why don't you just play the game? Come on radio, go on TV, do the debates. It's the only thing that really concerns me about him.
Me too.
I agree. I don't like that.
Oh, my God. Scott Fawn, here you guys go. I got something for you.
I'm listening.
It makes this crazy race crazier.
Go.
Scott, I appreciate you bringing this to my attention, but Billy Long just tweeted a few minutes ago what Donald Trump put on Truth Social, excuse me. Quote from DJT, I will be endorsing
Oh, no.
in the great state of Missouri Republican race for Senate sometime today.
What? Don't look at me that way.
Well, there you have it.
Come on, man.
There you have it. I have this is unprecedented.
Get the whiteboard out.
No, this is
the whiteboard out.
This is unprecedented.
He heard Greitens talk to us this morning, and he's like, all right, fine.
Oh, my God. So, once again, Donald Trump put it out on Truth Social. I will be endorsing in the great state of Missouri Republican race nomination, in parentheses, for Senate sometime today, exclamation point. Is Trump throwing his... Trump did, no, it can't be Trump. He didn't sign up. He didn't file. Sorry. He can't come and be a senator for the state of Missouri. Interesting. It adds more spice for those who care. I know there's people who listen to the show who don't care, and they're outside of the state of Missouri. But we're based in Missouri, so we were covering that today. Glad we got it. We'll see where that goes. Very, very interesting stuff. And will it make a difference? As Chris brought up earlier.
Yes.
So Schmidt has Pence, and Vicky has Hawley.
Yes.
Greitens doesn't have a big figure.
That's what I was just thinking when she was
He's got
on the
Rudy
phone.
Giuliani.
So
Jesus.
So he needs somebody, right? Maybe they're finally like, look, no one else came out. Let's do it. I don't know.
Maybe there's a fight in the Trump household going on.
First of all,
Guilfoyle's throwing dishes at
Not
Donald
dishes,
Sr.
forks and knives.
Endorse my candidate.
Yeah.
Too little, too late.
Wooden spoon.
You better tell your dad to endorse my candidate.
Too little, too late.
You think?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Too little, too late.
So.
It's like when you have a wedding coming up the next day, and you finally are like, oh my God, we got to go send out 20,000 invitations. Well, no one's going to get those invitations in time to go to do what you want them to do.
Yeah.
It's too little, too late. It is.
Well, as Todd said, maybe we're chasing the puck and not going where the puck isn't. Maybe he'll pick Billy. Because Billy's the one
that launched it.
Oh, my God.
And Trump goes a different direction just to say,
well, we know one thing.
What the hell? Screw all y'all.
We know one thing for sure. He's not going to endorse Vicky.
No.
He's already made that sure.
Right.
Isn't this better
and we know he's not going to endorse Schmidt after ripping him yesterday. No way.
Politics is such a contact sport. Isn't this better than covering sports talk radio?
But as Gene
Isn't
says,
this better than doing the stats for the first baseman for the Mariners or whatever? Isn't this much better?
Borderline.
It's a contact sport, man.
Yeah. No, it really is. It has become that way. That's why I think a debate would be just so much more... Like, it would round this whole thing out, right?
With Jello
like,
wrestling. With Jello wrestling.
Yes.
With midgets.
Oh my
Midget
God,
bowling.
there you go.
Yes.
Midget bowling and Jello wrestling at Fox 2 News tonight.
Yeah.
Todd,
don't miss it.
Ratings will be higher than they've been since the 80s. There's no doubt. And making a special guest appearance as the ringside announcer, Dick Ford. Todd Bodecker says, geez, Trump is nuts. Cindy says he's going to endorse Greitens. Gordon says vote for you think is the right position or in the right position, not for who endorses who. Todd said maybe he'd pick Billy. Jeannie's like, my votes aren't based on someone's endorsement. Cindy said, yeah, you're right, but it will influence people that might be on the fence.
Yeah.
It will.
Yes. There's
What-
people
what-
out there
who-
looking for guidance, and this is what they use as guidance when they can't hear from the candidate directly.
Wasn't
Absolutely.
it 15% undecided?
And
Yes, that's what he
this
said.
is exactly
It was as
why-
high as 23% in some of the polls.
Well, and this is exactly why I said this is where debates
Mm-hmm.
can kill you by not doing them.
Yes, sir.
This is where it can really hit you where it hurts.
Yes, sir.
Do you think
They-
Trump's listening this morning heard me ripping him for not getting involved in our state?
I don't know.
He will.
I can't tell you that.
Come
you
on,
have a
Trump.
you have a bounty on your head already. No,
Come on,
Yeah.
Donald.
No doubt.
All right. Well, that'll
Trump
be
does
interesting.
love us, though.
I wish.
Oh,
that,
yeah. He knows all about us.
I wish he'd do it now so we could talk about it in the next 3 minutes.
Sometime today.
I just
at
don't see it, man.
11:59.
I don't see it.
That'd be
I just
Donald
don't.
Trump-esque.
I don't see it.
You don't
Trump
see
is
what?
Trump is the kind of guy that comes into a state, loves the foggers, the smoke machine, the pyros, and he loves the 30,000 people in a public event.
All right.
He loves that. He's not a big. I encourage you to get out and vote for my friend Eric Greitens.
All right. So
That's not his style.
So maybe he's booked on Fox today, or maybe
Who,
like
Trump?
Maybe he comes out on something big like that, right?
No.
That'd be cool.
I don't see it, dude.
Greitens has an event tonight that's been put out there, too. He has a campaign event.
and it's at
in Chesterfield.
Spirit,
Yeah, it's in Chesterfield.
which you can land
I
a
don't-
plane at.
Oh, Crystal
which
Cooper!
he just finished his plane.
Here comes our conspiracy
Here
theory.
comes. He's launching the new jet
I
at
love it.
But
Spirit.
with Trump behind him, right?
If he comes in,
He's
Chris!
not coming in.
Spirit.
Chris, listen to her.
I'm gonna
Chris,
I'm
listen
gonna
to
sit
her.
outside at my pool and watch that air all day.
I'm going to say if Donald Trump comes to Spirit of St. Louis Airport to endorse
Here we
Eric
go.
Greitens,
Yes.
Eric Schmidt will lose.
Yes.
Why
That's
do you
my
say that?
prediction. That's my prediction.
Damn, dude.
Because
With
there's
that
so
new tail?
There's so many people on the fence with this race.
Yeah.
Just like Vic said, that's a high number of undecided. What'd you say?
15%.
18 to 23%.
18 to 23?
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen it.
That is
Oh,
a
damn.
massive undecided number.
It's not a conspiracy if it happens.
Yeah, but I like how Scott broke it down, though, because a lot of what Scott said, all of it made sense, is that there's a percentage that will vote for Greitens because they just don't want people to know. And then there's a percentage that won't even vote of the undecideds because it's a primary. But since it's gotten so much play and there's been so many ads, and it involves two high-profile guys, Eric Schmidt, who's been absolutely amazing as Attorney General. One could argue maybe the best Attorney General in the country for the
Yes.
success that he's
Yes,
had,
yes.
whether you agree with his politics or not,
Yes.
just the successes that he has had going against the White House. And then, arguably, the most popular governor who left office in controversy and disgrace, and then
I don't know why
comes
he
back.
left, man.
Oh, there's all
I think he
kinds
made a
of rumors.
mistake.
All right, I got it. One more time. Who was the one that found out that Greitens has a rally in Chesterfield at Spirit? Was it you?
It was on the Facebook line.
Yes.
I believe
Yeah.
it was
That is
Glenn.
interesting.
I think it was Glenn that said that.
You don't
Yeah.
do campaigns at Spirit unless something's going
Somebody's coming.
And 6:30, you imagine the sunset. He's gonna. It's gonna be
Can
nice
you
if
imagine-
the clouds stay away.
You get your wish as a lead story, Eric.
down. Yes. It's what you can put a 757 down over at
Oh,
Spirit.
you can.
That would be funny. We gotta get to break.
I'll be there if that happens.
We're way late. We gotta get out. We're back after this.
The Edge Morning Show. Back in a moment.
DQ presents the sound of an all-star summer lineup. Leading off, the promising rookie, new Oreo Dirt Pie. On deck, the fan favorite Girl Scout Thin Mints. Summer standouts, Drumstick with peanuts and cotton candy. And batting cleanup, it's you. With your red spoon and 6 summer blizzard flavors, official treat of MLB. All part of the new DQ All-Star Summer Blizzard lineup. DQ? Happy tastes good.
The Troy Area Chamber of Commerce presents the 17th Annual Memories on Main Car Show in Troy, Saturday, August 6th. Rain or shine, Main Street in Troy will come alive with great cars, music, food, and much more. Registration runs from 8 a.m. until noon and awards at 3 p.m. Dash plaque for the first 200 registrations. For more information and registration, call 462-8769. That's 462-TROY. Visit TroyOnTheMove.com or like the Troy Chamber on Facebook. The 17th Annual Memories on Main Street Car Show in Troy, Saturday, August 6th.
Hi, this is Dr. Erin Huey with Tomasino Gerst Vision Source. We provide a ton of specialty care: glaucoma, diabetic eye care, dry eye evaluations, now myopia management. Typically, we see patients that need vision correction for a variety of hobbies, for work, most often glasses and contacts. Come and see us at Tomasino Gerst Vision Source, dryoureyes.com, 272-1444, dryoureyes.com.
If you are having a bad day at work, I can help. Hi, this is Curtis Barks with Complete Auto Body and Repair. We just expanded to Cottleville and St. Peters and are looking for qualified automotive and auto body technicians that would want to work in a climate-controlled environment. That's right, we offer a fully climate-controlled, air-conditioned and heated facility in both Cottleville and St. Peters. Visit us at CompleteAB.com. If it's not perfect, it's not complete. Others can't compete with Complete Auto Body.
Dad, and service.
Oh yeah, and service.
He fixed the cars.
Here's a message for Quiver River Electric members. Vote now in your annual Board of Directors election through August 22nd. Members may vote online, by paper ballot, or at the annual meeting on August 25th. If you vote, you're automatically entered into a drawing for free electricity prizes. Learn more about the voting process, the bylaw proposition on the ballot, and board candidates at quiver.com.
Weber Chevrolet has been in business since 1902. No other car dealer in St. Louis of any brand can say that. Nobody sells more Chevrolet, period. Weber Chevrolet is one dealer with 3 roofs. In Missouri at Olive and 270, and in Illinois Metro East, Columbia, and Granite City. All easy to get to, just follow the 270 loop. Also, all online accessible at WeberChevrolet.com. Right now, Weber Chevrolet is open but very thorough in their cleaning, disinfecting, and social distancing rules. And don't forget, Weber Chevrolet service departments are award-winning and second to none. In fact, other dealers send their problems to Weber Chevy to fix. Now during this crisis, Weber Chevrolet has teamed up with Detroit to come up with awesome deals to help people save money and manage their budget. Discounts, incentives, and the ability to not make your payment for up to 4 months. Weber Chevrolet since 1902, WeberChevrolet.com.
Here comes more of the Edge Morning Show.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. We got to get out of here. We're a little bit late. We'll see what happens.
We'll see you guys at the Trump rally tonight.
Yeah, man.
Trump rally at Spirit. Go. I'm bringing the cocktails.
I'm bringing the Patron.
Would that actually get you out? Would that actually get you out, Eric?
I'm going to take the Lambo and the helicopter over there.
With a Trump flag on it.
If he does that, I'll go live on Facebook if he's down there. I'll go down there. Why not? I live right there.
So she'll just climb down the bluff.
Yeah.
Slide down the hill.
Crystal Cooper like jumping off the cliff with a parachute to go see Trump.
All right, we'll see where you guys are. Eric Johnson, Chris Knight, Chris Cooper, and Vic Faust, Fox 2. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you tonight. I'm going to wear something blue. That's all I know.
Blue?
We'll get out of here. Yeah.
See you tonight, Spirit.
Blue it is. Have a great day. We'll talk to everybody tomorrow morning.